Welcome back to the Jar of Pain podcast, everybody. This is your host, Matt Hasenmueller. It is a pleasure to be in your headphones on this, the holiest of days, the day in which you listen to the new Jar of Pain podcast. It is a pleasure, absolute pleasure, to be here. Thank you so much for listening. I said that twice. I'm going to try to get out here quick again because I think it's better that you just get into the show. That's the meat. That's the meat you're looking for. I hope you had a great holiday season. I hope you're enjoying Jar of Pain live and uncircumcised on YouTube. If you can tell a friend about the show, that would be great. We don't really spend any money to promote this thing. It's just social media and our network of friends. So we want to keep doing this show. So please tell a friend. If you think it's valuable, tell a friend. And you can ask a question at jarofpain.com. And follow us on YouTube. We're just Jar of Pain TV. It's very easy. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I love you. You are safe, you're beautiful, and you are loved. Bye.
Jar of Pain, what time is it? 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 Jar of Pain, what time is it?
Welcome back to the Jar of Pain podcast, the podcast where we answer life's toughest questions from silly to serious. My name is Matt, and this is
Ben.
You can ask a question yourself. Get one in the jar at jarofpain.com. It's a pleasure to be in your ears on this Tuesday, whenever you're listening to this.
This could be you, if you were so bold.
And if you put your name on it, we'll shout you out. But most people don't do that because
Most people are freaking cowards.
If you ever listen to an episode, you know like how weird people can be. And I don't think they wanted their name attached to that. So,
This is true.
yeah.
Or take all the glory, put your name on it.
Take that glory. Put your Instagram handle.
Maybe we answer a question, it goes viral,
Yeah.
and then your name gets attached to it.
You're going to be like Haktula.
You're going to be, more like Haktua's friend. So, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know what happened to her story.
Haktua?
No, her friend. Because her friend was the one that got the question answered.
I don't recall.
They were walking on the street. There's two of them.
Yeah.
And then I've seen that video like maybe 3 times.
But for like 2 days, it was everywhere.
It was everywhere, and now she's got a podcast. But I believe the interviewer asked her friend first.
Mm.
And then little Miss Haktua,
Haley Welch, she has a name.
she will forever be known as Haktua Girl.
She doesn't even say it. She won't say it.
Well, obviously, that's her catchphrase.
But she'll sell a sweatshirt.
Wild.
She made some cash.
Anyway, you could be attached to it. So, if you want to, or don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
Let's get to it. I'm hungry.
Here's a question. I am starving. Is it a bad thing to embezzle money from a women's shelter?
Sounds like you're calling out somebody specific.
So this is a very specific question.
It's like you're with somebody and you know a secret and you're like,
certainly a show question. And then
Is it a show question?
It's not, but it feels like it should be.
Yeah.
Because you were definitely arguing with someone about whether this is wrong.
Yeah, it has the same energy as that one where the guy was like, I'm with 3 single friends. How do I choose which one to take home?
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's a pressing matter that I'd like resolved immediately.
There is an answer that needed to be had at a show that would have solved a conversation from being had on the ride home.
Yeah. So is it right? I would say no.
Definitely not right.
But I'd like some more detail. I feel like there's a mystery here.
But what if it's an evil women's shelter? Like, what if it's a women's shelter, but like they have tampons there, but they have double tax? You know what I mean?
I feel like at a women's shelter, they're giving those out for free.
But that's what I'm saying. They're charging them, and then they're double taxing them. So they're twice as much.
So you want to take money. Then I would say, yeah, I would say steal from the rich and give to the needy. That person should be embezzled if they're evil.
That's what I'm saying. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Jar of Pain. We get into the nitty gritty of ideas that politicians just don't think about.
Yeah,
that's
true.
They don't think about what if there's a women's shelter that's
evil.
That's taking advantage of women.
Yeah.
We do. And we think about how to get around them.
If it's a good women's shelter, bad to
Bad.
embezzle. If it's an evil women's shelter,
Good.
yeah. Case closed. Thank you.
Close.
And if you have more details on that, please go to jarofpain.com and put it. Just you don't have to phrase it as a question. You can write anything in that form I made.
What's the character limit?
I think 500.
Oh, you could.
You can write a little paragraph.
That's a paragraph. That's 2.
Yeah.
2 paragraphs. 6 sentences. 3 sentences per paragraph. Everyone knows that. Anyway. Where is the line between a flash mob is okay or bad and inappropriate?
Well, I've got an easy answer. Do they have guns? If flash mob has guns, it is now a militia.
That is a militia. And if they have torches
If they have pitchforks, they're hunting ogres. Not good.
or Frankenstein,
Exactly.
Frankenstein's monster for the fucking nerds who are going to try and correct me on that.
But if they're just dancing to a Pharrell song, like Happy, and they're dancing in unison, I think it could be an unlimited amount of people doing that, and it would be fine.
But what if the people dancing all have guns?
Then we're getting into militia territory.
But they're still dancing to Pharrell's Happy.
It's not a happy situation.
But what if they're all smiling?
Then they're excited to kill people, and we should be concerned.
But what if they're all showing proper gun discipline? But
Well, now this is just propaganda. This is a military exercise.
okay. But what if they're dancing to Pharrell Williams, but they all have rope and torches?
I actually think we're okay still. Because they're not showing any signs that they're hunting any particular
Right.
person.
And maybe they're just doing like a lasso thing. I just saw here at the Plus the other day, we had a prop comic where his prop was a lasso.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe they're doing like Oklahoma routines.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I think we're still fine. I really think it's the gun that pushes it over the edge. Yeah. That was a pretty easy solve, I'll be honest.
Fun. I'm going to say that's probably one of my most enjoyable questions.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever asked it will never know how much I enjoyed it because you didn't put your name.
Yep.
So, is it bad that I like my yogurt hot instead of cold?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're getting into cum territory.
Getting
Title.
getting into content.
Yeah. I don't even think we should talk about that more because it's gross.
Well, I'm just trying to think of like what's a reverse, like what's something that would be. It was like, what about hot cottage cheese? Is that a thing?
Gross.
Yeah.
My radiator just turned on, which is a fun to heat up the yogurt. Got a bowl of yogurt over there.
About to heat up our yogurt. Jesus.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Don't do it.
I will say though, microwaving salsa for like 30 seconds, that's a superior experience. A little, not hot, but warm salsa is a superior experience.
Yeah, it's almost like it tastes like a marinara or
Mhm.
something.
Yeah, it does. It's delicious.
Disgusting. You say you don't get high anymore. What would you say is the most unfortunate part of being a cat?
I think cats have a pretty good life, depending on the cat. But are we saying like normal household cat?
Well, if you're a depressed cat, the worst part is having to kill yourself 9 times.
Oh, God. Yeah, that sucks. But I would say cats generally, a house cat has got a great life.
Oh, house cat.
They just sleep all day.
That has to be like top reincarnated animals. of all
Yeah.
time.
Your humans give you toys to play with and a bed to sleep in.
They scoop up your shit.
Yeah. You shit and you never see it again.
Mind you, it does. Like, you do have to get the right owner. Like, if you get a shit owner.
Yeah, I was at Festival Foods yesterday, and I picked up some fine IPAs in the liquor section, and a family walked in, 2 guys and a girl and a small child, maybe 4 or 5, rambunctious kid.
Mhm.
Mom was just yelling at him, you know, and they smelled like weed, and they were in the liquor section buying twisted teas, And I just felt awful for this kid because I'm like, I'm not religious, but I actually prayed for him because I was like, he needs external, like, he's gonna need help.
Yeah.
His mom's yelling at him. They all smell like weed. They're all high as hell. I'm like, I hope they walked here. It was also -15. So it's like, this kid's just gonna have a rough life. I hope to God someone gives him a PS5 or something.
Sorry. Yeah, I hope
So
he
that
gets...
could be a situation with the cat too, where you just get an owner who finds you on the side of the road, but she also has 50 other cats.
Oh, God.
And she's a hoarder, and she saves her shit.
That house smells like cat piss.
Yeah. So not every cat life is good. I would actually say the worst part about being a cat is it's kind of a toss-up if you're going to get a good house or a bad house.
That is it.
You don't really have control over that.
Yeah.
If you're going to live indoors, you don't get to choose. You don't have agency as a cat. You're just kind of flung around. You know?
You could literally be thrown around, too, because you're a cat. You're small. You're throwable.
Yeah, you're very throwable.
That's the most unfortunate part of being a cat. You're very throwable.
Yeah. Cats are very throwable title.
Trying to go back and forth.
Okay.
You know, people think this is an easy job. People tell me all the time, "Oh, I could do that job. I could take out note cards from a jar." It's very difficult. Okay.
There's a science to it.
There is a method that really helps us pull the most strategic
Yeah.
questions.
The manifestation itself is very difficult. It takes a lot out of me.
It is.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I have to connect to the universe. It's tough.
You gotta take a big nap afterwards.
Yep.
And I gotta tuck you in, and I kiss you on the lips, and I go, "Good night."
Yeah. People don't know that. They don't see the behind the scenes.
They don't know. They don't know the effort. Also, this is a fucking... Okay, maybe we should start having character limits on questions. Do you really think it's fair that you limit your comedy team to 1-syllable first names and 4-syllable last names? I think that's kind of not fair. Is it some kind of secret code or something? Hold on.
Wait, let's...
Hasenmueller.
Malachowski. Wow. I didn't even realize that. We both have long, complicated last names.
Who got high and figured that out?
Or they're autistic. Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it. Or they're high and autistic,
Yeah.
which is
Matt Hasenmueller. Ben Malachowski. Also, jar of pain. It's just 1-syllable words.
all 1 syllables. Okay, well, let's break this code down. Let's ruin it for him. What is your full name, middle names included?
Matthew Norman Hasenmueller.
Benjamin Martin Thomas Malachowski.
Yeah, you've got more than me for sure. So there is no code.
There is no code. But what if we wrote our names down and then we overlapped them?
What would they look like? I'll do that.
Figure it out, code breaker.
I'll do that in Photoshop. And I'll put it right here.
And then just put like a bunch of the math equations.
Yeah, a codec.
And then when you figure out what it means, it just means cats can be thrown.
Cats are throwable.
Cats are throwable.
Yeah.
Can you spell cats are throwable with our names? Yes, you can.
I don't have no. Oh, you have a W.
I have an R too.
I have an R as well.
Norman has an R in it too.
Yeah.
2 R's.
We absolutely can spell cats are throwable with our names.
Please do that. Rearrange it.
I don't know.
Cut this part out and then just rearrange the letters.
I don't know how to do that, but I can try to figure it out. But it could be like a Tom Marvolo Riddle. I am Lord Voldemort situation. I don't know how to animate that, but I could try to figure it out. I could probably use AI.
I don't know, but if you can make that happen, god damn, that would be so fucking funny.
Yeah, it would be funny. It'd be a funny clip.
God damn it.
Next question. And I commend whatever high person out there figured that out.
You're beautiful.
You're a beautiful soul. Your beautiful soul.
Why is the white sheet that the jar's on not ironed? LOL.
This is a
LOL
question
is underlined.
So they were laughing about it.
They were.
This is a me question.
They were really laughing about it.
You want to know why? Because after every show, I clump it up, put it in a bag, and then when the next show comes, I remove it from the same bag I put it in that it is not moved from in 3 months and put it right back on the stage.
Also, don't be so judgy.
Yeah, come on. We're giving you free. Well, you paid for that. Maybe I should have. I don't have an iron. I have a dryer.
That's your answer.
Yeah, I don't have an iron. Yeah, I don't have an iron.
Yeah.
What do you need an iron for?
Yeah, it's freaking 2024. What? Well, you gotta.
Oh, I got a big board meeting coming up. I gotta get my sheet ready for. What kind of company is that?
Yeah, what? I'm gonna tell the wife to iron the blanket out with the steam.
It doesn't make sense. That this person needs to chill.
Yeah, freaking, you iron something. Why don't you iron it?
Yeah, pull out your pocket iron, you judgy fuck.
Yeah, Judgerson. What is the penultimate form of media, such as film, music, comics, visual art, poetry, etc.?
Oh.
The penultimate. That's the highest.
What
right?
is that? Yeah, what is that? Like, where is all this going? What are you getting your phone out for?
So we can properly answer this person's question. But here's the thing.
You don't have your phone on you.
I got like 4 jackets on. I don't. So we're just going to assume penultimate.
Penultimate means the ultimate form.
The ultimate form.
Yes.
What is the penultimate form of media?
Do you want me to give you my theory on where I think media is going?
Sure.
I think in the future, we will watch live streams of real people as if it's entertainment, because AI will take over and we will get really sick of contrived things.
Mm-hmm.
We will want a human element in our entertainment. And it has to be really human so we know it's real. It can't be fake in any way.
Yeah.
Can't have camera angles, can't have anything. I think, unfortunately, where this is all heading is rich people who have enough money to sit in their homes and just watch things all day, watching working class people do their regular day jobs. So it'll be a live stream from a bro at Subway who just is working at Subway. I think that's where everything's going, unfortunately.
You know, here's the thing I thought about. How I think everything that like gets stylized in a movie, like it's happened in life, but it's like never to the extremes that Hollywood will paint the picture of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for a second, I was like, "Oh, what you're talking about is Blood Games. We're gonna get the Blood Games." But then you're like, "It's just gonna be like some guy at Subway," and immediately in my brain, I was like, "Yep, that's what it's gonna be. It's not.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have exciting Blood Games. We're gonna have a freaking."
Because you can go on YouTube right now and watch somebody work at Subway.
Yeah,
And those videos have millions of views.
you're just gonna have Jeremy fucking up a foot long.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's where we're going.
That's probably where we're going.
It'll be rich people who don't have to work watching people who have to work. And you will fall in love with these characters. And then maybe if you're good enough and have a great enough personality, Jeremy will get taken out of the working class and into the non-working class because he'll be able to make enough money off of his videos.
Yep.
Or become like a spokesperson for Subway.
And thus the cycle repeats. And hopefully Jeremy doesn't get caught with a bunch of child porn.
Happened to Jared.
Happened to Jared.
You know that I found out about Jared from Subway in a Subway.
No.
Oh, I was on the road.
Yeah.
I was in Illinois, middle of nowhere. If we drove by it on the interstate, I could point it out. It was a pivotal moment for me. We were in Subway, waiting for our sandwiches, like waiting in line. News break on the TV in Subway. Jared from Subway, pedophile. The manager is like, "Oh my God, we got to turn the TV off." And then but the batteries of the TV, like the TV remote, were not working.
Yeah.
So then she ran out to the floor and like turned it off with her hand. And it was just an incredible moment of time and space just converging.
Yeah.
Into finding out that Jared from Subway is a pedophile while inside a Subway
excited to order a footlong.
You were like, this could be like the last footlong I ever order.
I'm telling you,
You didn't know.
I think that's a unique experience, though. Not everybody got that experience, and I'm grateful for it.
That is a very unique experience for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The penultimate of media, Angry Beavers.
You think that was the best thing that ever happened? Okay,
Tell me I'm wrong.
you're wrong. I think my answer was a little more thoughtful.
Okay, no, your answer was where is it going? My answer was what is the best, the penultimate.
Well, then if that's the case, Rocko's Modern Life.
Rocco's was good.
Yeah. Better than Angry Beavers.
But you know what's better than Rocco's? Ren and Stimpy.
I didn't like Ren and Stimpy.
I fucking knew you wouldn't like Ren and
It's a
Stimpy.
gross show. It's a disgusting show.
Dude. Happy, joy. Log rolls down the stairs.
It was a very sexual show.
So was Rocco's Modern Life. He worked at a sex call center.
It's different. He was a dog.
Ren's a dog. He's a chihuahua.
Let's move on. Those are not the best.
All right.
None of those are the best. This is the last question. I did not know that Rocco worked at a sex call center. I did not know, but now I know. This is the jar of pain, the jar of pain. This is jar of pain, and this is the last question. Get your hand in there.
What happens when a CEO of a ruthless company is taken out? What should happen?
Interesting, very timely question.
Very topical.
Well, I think the question is like, is anything going to change? And I think no. I don't think anything's going to change.
No, something will change. CEOs are now going to nonchalantly just walk whimsically to their meetings
No, they're not
without
going to do that. Yeah,
bodyguards.
they're not going to do that anymore.
They're not. That's out the fucking window.
Yeah,
I don't think anything's really going to change.
nothing's going to change.
Maybe we're just being cynical, which is the best case scenario, by the way, that we're just being cynical, but something changes.
It would be great if things changed. I just don't see it happening. I think there's way too much money being made off the skin of our backs for anything to change.
Just to run it back, worst case scenario is we're being cynical, which is also the best case scenario. Best case is the worst case.
I hope things
which
change.
I mean, here's the thing. I do and I don't, because it's like I don't want people to die, and I don't think we should be using violence as an answer.
I don't want people to die either.
And I get that people are like, well, this is just the outcome.
And
of
they're like,
your
you
blah,
know,
blah, blah, blah.
yeah, and
Hey.
denied things. He has a skin in the game on millions of deaths.
But also, remember when we were just talking about free agency, and you can literally just
It's a great example of that.
get a different insurance company. And don't get me
Well,
wrong,
that's tough.
I get that it's tough,
It's kind of decided by your work.
but you can also just go through the state.
Not if you make enough money.
Well, then buy a gun and kill someone. Then I guess that's what we're trying to say.
I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do. I think it is a very interesting occurrence, not in a good way or a bad way, but it is interesting. But I don't think anything's going to happen or change. I think people are just getting excited that change could be coming, and they'll be let down because the powers that be will never let us rest.
Listen, here's the thing that I've been saying for like the past 2 years. A revolution's going to happen. There's going to be blood. I don't want it to be. I would like it to think that this takes care of itself in a fashionably and orderly manner.
Historically, humans have never been good at that.
Historically, we're due for a revolution. Okay?
I do think violence is on the horizon. In many countries, there is violence.
See, this is why. Okay.
But people get comfortable with no violence, and they go, wait, we're being screwed here, and then violence happens.
We're being screwed here. You know who doesn't fucking deal with that, though? The French. We make fun of the French a lot for, like, giving up and shit, But when they're sick of shit,
Guillotines.
they bust out guillotines and they let the people know. They're like, hey, you're not getting on the subway. We're shutting it down until we get some better treatment.
Yeah.
For the French, croissants and civil unrest.
I mean, and we're kind of getting into doomsday prepper territory here with what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
They could just shut off the debit cards and we can't do anything.
You know,
like,
you're right. They could.
We don't have as much. We have manpower. We have bodies to throw.
Yeah.
Just like cats.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the systems are not in our control. We simply exist in the system. So they could really disrupt a lot for us. I say they as like, but there also isn't like an evil they. It's just a lot of people just trying to make as much money as possible.
Yeah.
And I've been in meetings at corporations. I used to be a corporate guru guy. They don't talk about people, they talk about numbers. Their mind is so far away. Like the way they talk about money and numbers is different. It's a different language.
Yeah.
They're not taking things personally. They're not doing it personally to anybody. They're just trying to appease shareholders so they don't get yelled at. And like, but there's no guy at the top pulling all the strings. We're all just dumbasses who want to go home. That's it. And we just want to do good and go home. That's it. And so, like, I think we do have to get out of this, like, them against us mentality, because it's really not.
It's not. It's just people not communicating. It's which is, let me cook on it.
Mm-hmm.
Not communicating. Okay? Because the people in the insurance thing, they're like, hey, this is the numbers that are best optimized for this to get to here.
Yes.
Which, a lot of times, yeah, they're kind of gross. But then the people at the bottom are like, you know what? I don't know where I'm going. I'm hungry, and don't use guns to kill people.
Yeah.
Because that's
use your
bad
hands.
business.